Hi there, welcome back to James and James Podcast, where we are still talking about AEW Double or Nothing.
And it feels like it's been 3 years.
Yeah, because these matches were so long.
I know.
And they got so many matches.
It was 8.
It was 8. And how long was this when we're at the end?
Like 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah,
almost review.
Almost 5 hours.
And 9 times was like 3 or 4.
I'm like, oh my God. Like, and some of these matches were just too long. I'm like, even I told you, like, man.
Like, what was Tony Khan doing back there?
Tony Khan's probably asleep. Hey, I'll tell you when to stop. Oh, he's asleep. Do we wake him up? He must have dozed off lots of times that day. But this was a match that you were waiting for.
Yes.
You were pretty pumped up about this match. It was MJF, Darby, Sammy Vega, and Jungle Boy. Sammy Guevara and Jungle Boy. I actually thought I was going to get all the names right. I'm just missed Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
God dang it. But one of the key points in the beginning of this match was when Sammy Guevara and his girlfriend came out.
Yeah, Ty Mello. And then they announced something. But they had like 3 cards, right? It was like 3 cards.
Yeah, they did it like a little social media event. Like you would do it like on Facebook or TikTok or something.
It was like the first card said something, but the second card said, but we have big news first.
But on the first card, you said, don't tell me.
She's pregnant.
Don't tell me she's pregnant. And you saw the second card, you're like, oh. And then
big news. Wait, big news.
Big news. And you're like, oh.
We're pregnant.
You're like, oh.
I got it right. Like, don't tell me.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool. I like the way they did that in there. And it looked like you could tell all the crowd was happy for them.
Yeah. But good for them, though.
Yeah.
They're still pretty young, too.
And then Jungle Boy was in there, too. Like, oh, all right, cool. That's pretty good. So that was pretty good news. I liked it. Congratulations to you guys. And so Jungle Boy is the first one to come out. Sammy Guevara. And then
MJF had his own entrance.
Yeah, he had his own entrance. But it was Darby who was the last one.
No,
Darby was the last one. No, MJF has to be the last because he's the champion.
Yeah, MJF was the last one. MJF was the last one.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I said Darby was the last one right now.
No, Darby was the last one of the 3.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Of the 3. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me go back. Darby was the last one of the 3.
And Darby's Island was his entrance with a skateboard, right?
Yeah.
He comes up with his little ramp. little toy ramp.
Yeah. Okay, but hang on. But what did you think of his promo coming out?
I thought like it gave a message of how I'm going to win this. Like I got that message from that also.
How? Like I don't understand that. Walk me through that because his promo was.
Well, he was because it's
MJF
Las Vegas.
Was getting married at a chapel.
But Las Vegas is known for Elvis.
Okay. Yes.
And you can pay Elvis to marry you like a lot of money.
Okay.
And that's what it's famous for. One of the things, of course, famous for like a lot of things. But one thing is that Elvis, you can pay that Elvis to marry you, and of course they're like a little movie, and that's kind of mainly it. It was just a movie where he gets married. Then MJF was like, MJF's face was behind, was like taped when it was papered. It was like taped to someone's face.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, Darby walks into this chapel. Elvis Presley is marrying MJF. I didn't think they had anybody else there yet, right?
No.
Okay. And then Darby just comes up, walks to MJF, and just starts beating him.
Yeah.
And then the next scene is, he tells the Elvis to help him get the body or something.
Yeah,
right?
to help me dispose the body.
Yeah. So then the next scene is a car driving off, and Darby's in the back holding on to the back of the car.
Yeah.
Okay. But you could tell the one in the back was a prop.
Yeah.
Because it was like so stiff. Just.
It was probably a mannequin.
Oh, I'm sure it was. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But at the same time, well, why didn't Darby just get in the car?
Yeah.
But it looks so fake. And then when he comes out, I'm like, okay, well, let's see. He comes out. But why is Darby wearing an Elvis costume?
Because it's Las Vegas.
But in the promo, Elvis was there. Did he like kill Elvis? And
Why
then
did he want to wear a costume because of that promo? Because Elvis was in there.
But Elvis was in there, but he had nothing to do but why he would put the costume on. Unless you all know something that I
say
don't.
it's because they're all in Las Vegas. I mean, why not?
I understand that, but it doesn't sell me on it. Unless you all can know, put in the comment section down below, and I'll make you a video saying, oh, okay, I get it. But you got to sell me on it. And James would probably say, I was told you I was right. But anyways, but okay. The worst promo I seen of somebody coming out was Darby. The whole promo, I didn't like it at all.
And yeah, then after that, of course, we said
because you said the little ramp, right?
Yeah, the little toy ramp.
Like it was like 2 feet or maybe a foot.
Yeah, a little toy ramp.
He just rides down. Even you laughed. You're like, what the hell was that? So then he comes in, gets his skateboard, he gets in there.
Yeah.
All right. So, man, all this exciting talk was just about them walking out. All right. And then MJF's turn, right?
Yes, MJF has his own entrance. It was pretty cool. Because he starts off and he's like lifted above the stage on a chair.
Yeah.
And it reminded me a lot like Triple H.
Yeah.
And he comes down, of course, like the Red Devil. He has the devil face on, mask. And he comes down, he gets off. And you weren't there because I think he had just walked away. But as he's walking down the ring, they have these like 6-10 girls like on the east side. And they're like grabbing him like by the belt, like rubbing it.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Like he's a god or like, okay, I get what you're saying. Kind of opposite of the devil, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but I feel like that's pretty unique in a way, very different. I liked it.
Yeah, I mean it was compared to Darby's, anything's good. I'm not saying he was bad. I mean, I did like the chair. I did like him, bringing him down, whatever. So then they get in there, and the ring starts. The match starts.
And I wasn't impressed by the match at all.
Oh my God, this was terrible.
I had a high hopes. Even you said, right, you had high hopes for this match.
I did. I had high hopes. I did. I thought I was going to see some impressive because they had Jungle Boy, Sammy Guevara, did I say right? And Darby. All these guys, when they started the promos in the beginning, they all came out. They're on the one each of the turnbuckle, and they're cornering MJF, and they were saying how they lived all this life of wrestling. Wrestling was their life, and this is what they did, and they deserve the chance. And they're in the 4-way in there, and they didn't show me nothing.
Yeah.
All they showed me was that they could get on the weekend, choreograph a musical of wrestling, and that's it. That's all they did. They just choreographed the whole thing. There was no massive moves. Because they're going against the heavyweight champion, right?
Even though MJF is bigger than all three of them.
MJF is probably two of them is one MJF.
Yeah.
And Darby with his little skinny legs. I mean, nothing against the guy, but come on,
Darby's very skinny, like bony skinny.
Yeah, I get that. Usually you have to wear pants and all that, but when he wears these tights with these shorts on, yeah, it looks like a little teenage girl. I mean, change your costume, man.
Just
wear
booty
pants.
Shorts.
Yeah, just wear pants. Just do that. I mean, anyways, but going back to that, I mean, they do all these moves, which are cruiserweight moves. These are not heavyweight moves. Yes, you guys are not heavyweights, but when heavyweights have a match, it's a pound, a kick, a bro kick, whatever kind of kick you want to do it. It's an RKO, I know I'm doing WWE moves, talks, but I mean, the same effect. It's the walls of Jericho, a lot of brute. And they were just having fun. Most of the time, MJF was even outside.
Yeah, MJF was letting them wrestle.
Even he was like, guys, you guys are great. Y'all are doing great out there. I'm like, it was just the worst thing I seen. Because each one kicked, right? And then one kicked and one kicked.
Yeah,
and then
they were all like in a square. And they were like, Tom goes like, okay, pass it on.
Yeah, well, hold on. Before that, but then they were kicking, right? And then they all kicked at the same time, and they all landed down. And that's when, like we talked about, MJF just came in like, oh, great guys, y'all are doing great.
Yeah, you will laugh at that, right?
I'm like, this is so dumb. They're pretty simple, dumb. And then like you were talking about how one would hit.
Yeah, it was like okay. Pass it on.
And then hit, and then it goes to you. And then what happened? They go back the opposite way.
Yeah.
And how many times did they do that?
I know, over and over.
I'm like, what are they doing here? What is this? This is not a match.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know the saying, wrestling's fake, except, the only thing that's really not fake is the outcome, everything.
Yeah, and the injuries also.
Yeah. But when you do something for the entire match, you put more in the mind, you make it more obvious. You're telling them like, yeah, look at us. We did the whole script. I just said they should have done, yes, script some stuff. Okay, some key moments. I understand that. But throughout the whole match, come on. And then I think even MJF, unfortunately, got into it when Sammy Guevara got Jungle Boy's leg or something.
Yeah.
And then Darby got into it. Then Darby got some submission.
They were
move.
all in a chain of submissions.
MJF got in, like you said, everybody was in a chain of submissions. I'm like, how many times do we need to do this in this match?
Yes.
Like I was I can't say how disappointed in this match. I expected a lot of things.
Like earlier in the match, remember they were jumping outside the ring. One would go and jump. They don't want to go and jump.
Yes.
One go and jump. One go jump.
I'm like, oh my god.
I mean, that match was just terrible, to be honest.
I'm disappointed in the match. I'm disappointed. Like I didn't see nothing from Darby. I didn't see something from Sammy, from Jungle Boy to really put themselves out there to deserve the champion. And then for MJF to be part of that, man, that goes back on MJF too. Tony Khan, shame on you, man. Shame on you. I'm not sure what you were doing. I get the moves. I respect them, but not the whole match.
Yeah. And I don't think that match even helped MJF get his name bigger.
No. I just want to say who's next now. What else? Anything else besides that? Who's the one who won? MJF won, right?
MJF won. But I thought Sammy was going to win also because of that reveal of the pregnancy.
Yeah. Well, okay. My first pick. Well, who was your first pick?
Darby.
And your second pick?
Sammy.
My first pick was MJF, and if he didn't win, was Sammy. So we both had Sammy under the radar.
Yeah.
So we both thought that he could win because there was a time that we thought he was going to win.
Yeah.
It looked like he was going to win. And going back to this dumb stuff, I think because there was 4 in there, right?
Yeah, 4.
2 and 2 were pinning down the same move or something to see who would tap out.
They both did Walls of Jericho.
They both did Walls of Jericho.
And Jungle Boy and MJF was the ones that were into the Walls of Jericho. And MJF was going to tap, then Jungle Boy grabs his hand and goes, no.
That's right.
No.
MJF was going to attack.
Yeah.
Attack. Was going to pin that.
And so Jungle Boy grabs his hand and he goes, no, don't tap.
Yeah. So I'm like,
and he could have tapped like really fast to retain. Oh no, he would have lost too.
Yeah, he would have lost. And then finally, MJF pins Darby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he did that head move where he kind of flips him over.
Yeah.
And that's why he pinned him. Because MJF told Darby like, when I'm pinning, I'm gonna do that move on you, like flip.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, like I'm gonna do that flip by your head and pin you and win. And he did it.
Oh wow! I didn't notice that. I mean, I didn't know that. So that's pretty neat that MJF finished what he said and finished Darby. But what did you think about that? Darby, your choice was the one getting pinned by my pick
to win.
Yeah,
pinned to win for MJF
or retain the title.
Yeah,
and my pick beat your pick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm still a fan of MJF. MJF pick some different partners, start saying some stuff. You really got to make something moves out there, man. But who did we say may be the pick for MJF? Because we were talking about it. We're like, well, who's next? Because he did already fought Jon Moxley. He fought Chris Daniel Bryanson.
Yes.
MJF. So we were trying to think of what's next. Who's next?
And obviously with this new collision show coming up in Chicago, we're like, maybe it'll be CM Punk.
Yeah.
Because CM Punk was already confirmed to return. And obviously with this new date in Chicago, it has to happen. So MJF versus CM Punk out All In.
You heard it here by James and James Podcast. Now, I used to be, I can't say I was used to. I was a fan of CM Punk when he was in WWE. And then when CM Punk went to UFC, I was like, oh, cool, this is going to be good. I was kind of worried. and he lost. I'm like, God damn.
Well, he got like a manhandle, didn't he?
Yeah, well, I mean, they put him against somebody.
It was unfair.
Oh yeah, I mean, but anyway, but he got a second chance, and he lost again.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, but it is what it is. But but he tried, so I was pretty happy because he was off for like 5 years after that. Nobody wanted to. Well, nobody could. Nobody wanted to touch him.
Yeah.
And all that. So AEW finally picked him up, got hurt, and now let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And just hopefully his mouth keeps shut and plays the game right.
Hopefully the Elite can back off from CM Punk also.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they attacked him backstage.
Yeah, they got the brawl.
And that's how they got suspended.
All right. And next we had Chaos. We had Anarchy.
In the arena.
And
boy, that match was everywhere.
All right. Now, who was in this match?
It was the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club.
I was going to try to see who it was. What was it called again?
Blackpool Combat Club.
All right. And it lived up to its name. Anarchy, chaos, all over the ring. Because we were like, okay, when does it start? And we were like, oh, shoot. It actually did start,
Because the Elite walked out, then a Blackpool walked out, but they had that band perform John Moxley's Wow Thing song.
Yes.
And they played and played and played.
Yep.
I think they for them to play that long, Tony Khan had to pay them a lot of money.
Yep. And what are some key moments? Because it really wasn't.
There was,
towards the end.
Towards the very end.
Now,
but that match was all over the place though, because they started fighting on the ramp. I think on the ramp because they started going everywhere because they both started getting separated.
Yeah. And one of the things I was telling you is like, man, this match is everywhere. They need to get some kind of organization.
It was confusing because when the match went all over the place, the band played in the background. It was just like, what's happening?
And then when I was telling you about being organized, then I told myself, well, that's what Anarchy is.
Yeah.
It's chaos.
Because it's like everything. Like
so
anarchy.
Technically it lived up to its name.
Yeah.
Because like you said, they went to the hallway, they went to the top, they went to the I forget his name. Cesaro put it on at the truck.
Yeah, one half of the Young Bucks.
But what was the part that me and you were like, yeah, Tony Khan finally heard us.
Oh, yeah.
He heard our podcast. He listened to us.
The thumbtacks, yeah.
The thumbtacks were real.
And they stuck.
Because John Moxley and Kenny Omega were on the top of the ring, whatever. Not top of the ring, but wherever they were at. And they had barbed wire and a little pieces of glass.
And Kenny Omega was the one thrown into it. And his back was clean.
It was clean. But then John Moxley comes up. He gets in there. He has some stuff. But to me, I think it was large pieces of glitter. Like they were kind of stuck to him, thinking it was something else. But I don't know. That's just me. What is your thoughts? Put it in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think here.
Now, key moments in the match, though. There was one I was confused of how it even happened. It was with a cord. Remember that one?
When the one of the guys from
the Young Bucks super kicks for, I think it was John Moxley. He kicks him with a cord, but somehow I'm so confused how it happened.
To me, what I'm thinking,
flew everywhere.
Yeah, I think it was probably the cord. Was the cord plugged in, or was it intentionally supposed to be plugged in? Supposedly plugged in. I think that's one of the.
Where?
I know that's what I'm saying. Like maybe
I'm so confused by those sparks that were like what happened.
Or was that supposed to happen some other time, and then when he kicked them, the pyro came out? You know what I mean? Like, was it supposed to happen there or somewhere else?
I didn't know the background on that.
Yeah, that was confusing. If you have that information, put it in the comment section down below. Let's start a conversation about it. We'll make a 3-hour podcast for that. No, we won't. All right. So then I'm still excited about the thumbtacks.
Yeah.
But the way they use the thumbtacks was kind of the worst way to have the thumbtacks on you. Because the one who kicked with the pyro, right? They took his shoe off.
Yes.
And they threw it to the audience, and the audience were like, And they took his socks off. I'm like, why is they taking his sock off?
Because you thought they were tickling him on his feet.
I go, are they tickling him on purpose? Like, because I know we tickle you in your feet. You like become a black belt or something. You start kicking everywhere. So then, yeah, they got him, and then they throw him literally straight down
but his feet was all over the thumbtack.
But that is the worst place.
I know, for a foot.
Yes. Okay. I'd rather have my back full of thumbtacks.
Same, yeah.
Than my foot. Because that's the bone.
Yeah.
Your bone is literally putting pressure on that thumbtack, and that's gonna hurt for days. Because I stepped on thumbtacks before, not on purpose, and that hurt it for a while because your bone literally gets punctured with that thumbtack. Not punctured, but it gets hit with that. And I'm like, man, that has had to hurt.
And they were like all over his foot, like it was covered.
Did anybody else get on the thumbtacks like a wrestling move or anything?
No.
Okay.
But you mentioned Cesaro, how he took one of the Young Bucks and they fought in the hallway, and Cesaro was doing his swing, right? He was circling them, and he's doing it. His head could have hit one of the wall or something.
I know you were like, oh. I think your mom came out too. She's like, what's going on? They're gonna hit. He's gonna hit his head.
His head almost hit the wall or something.
I know. I was kind of like, hey, he's going to get hit. But then what does he do? He throws them on the trash can.
Yeah.
He releases them on the trash can.
In his head hits the trash can.
And I'm like, what we were hoping not happen was purposely done on there. But that was Cesaro, man. I don't know how he doesn't just pass out after that. I would have been like, I did it to myself. I wouldn't know. So what else we got here?
Then they both go outside, but before that, they didn't even show him for a long time before they went outside. Remember that?
Yeah, because that's how he came back in.
Yeah, because they went to that truck, right?
Yeah.
They did that.
I actually thought he was going to drive in with the truck.
That would have been cool.
No, they missed the opportunity. Y'all should have done that. That would have been awesome.
And he still came up with like weapons like in the trunk also.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of key moments there that happened there.
All right. So what else? So you have anything else about this key moments or anything else?
Oh, John Moxley with the fork again.
The fork?
Yeah, the fork.
I didn't see that
He
part.
stabbed, I think, Heyman again with a fork.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have missed that one. Cause it's kind of hard with this match because there was stuff all over going on. I know Daniel Bryanson took the mat off and slamming somebody on there, which backfired to them because one of their own got hit on there, slammed on there.
Yeah.
I know Adam Page, right?
What? No. Yeah. Hangman
Adam Page got something on the side there, on the side of the ring. Okay, when they were ready to get pinned, right?
Yeah.
The referee comes next, on top of the thumbtacks goes 1, 2, 3. And then I see him because he like lands on the floor, the referee on the side, and in his knee, he's taking out the thumbtacks. Because during the wrestling match, I was telling you, who's going to land on those thumbtacks?
It was the ref.
The ref. I was like, I thought they would have been good if they would have thrown somebody on there.
Yeah.
I think maybe Kenny Omega got a little bit, or maybe somebody else.
But the ref, man, like his knee, because like even like after the pain, he was like all hurting. He was hurting a lot.
Yeah, because he was taking them off. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, I'm glad those thumbtacks finally came on. You don't have to do it no more. It was good.
Thank you, Tony Khan, for watching our podcast.
Yes, you're welcome. Send us our check for $20,000 for doing that. All right. Anything else? All right. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And like always, if you like this video, give us our thumbs up. And James will have all the social media information down in the description down below. Thank you for watching.